fried okra is good. How y'all doing out there, man? I want to speak on something that I see a lot of, but it's not really being talked about. And that is the emasculation of the man. I see it every day. Every day. There's different levels of it that I see, right? And I want to point some of this stuff out because some men are being emasculated and they don't even know it. They don't even know it. So let me point some of this stuff out, right? Fellas, if you gotta ask your woman for permission to do things, you are being emasculated, fam. You're being emasculated. If you got something you want to do, right? And you got to ask your woman, your wife, hey, babe, can I do X, Y, and Z? You don't sound like the man, excuse me. That don't sound like the man of the house. That sounds like a little boy asking his mommy for permission. And I know why you do it. You do it in the name of peace. Because most of us men, we just really want peace. Especially where we live out here. Right? So, I understand that part. But, fellas, y'all gotta man up. You're being emasculated. I ain't never. See, I'm Gen X. I grew up around real men and real women. See, y'all on this no gender role stuff. That's some new stuff. And we got these women trying to play the role of a man, because there is a such thing as a gender role. For those of you who don't practice that in your relationship usually tend to be out of order, because the woman trying to be the man and the man usually bow to the woman. Why? Because this Jezebel spirit is running rampant. And it feeds, this Jezebel spirit feeds off of the Ahab spirit. Some of you just need to get the balls to tell a woman, hey, shut up, sit down, woman. Don't mean you don't love her. And it's not abuse. Sometimes a woman just needs to be checked. Sometimes we need to be checked too. And as a man, you gotta know how to check yourself. But like I said, I grew up and I got to experience what real men and real women look like. And it don't look like what I'm seeing displayed today. I can tell you that. Granddad and them would have never been asking for grandma. I don't know though. Asking for permission. But you know what? It was simps back then too. It was Ahabs back then too. So I guess I'm just fortunate and blessed to be able to have experienced what that looked like. What role? See, cause back to the gender role stuff, right? Y'all that don't want to do gender roles, let me tell you something. Newsflash. There is gender roles. There is a role for a woman to play. There's a role for a man to play. That's why a woman carries a child in her womb and a man works to provide. That's why. You ain't gonna see no man carrying no child. Why? Because that's not in his role. So miss me with the no gender role stuff. I deem it to be demonic. Yeah. Your house gonna be out of order with that kind of thinking. Here's another one. That you knew dudes doing. These women got y'all carrying their purse. Man, what kind of foolery? When I see that, I be like, man, I be thinking y'all let your woman peg you. I don't know. What is you carrying your woman purse for? If her arms work, if her limbs working, only way that's excusable is if your woman limbs don't work. Some of y'all call it being nice, romantic, or whatever. I call it being a sucker, being a simp, being a fool. Yeah. Being an out of place. Danger approach you. You got to give the purse back to the woman for you to react to the threat. instead of your woman carrying a purse like she should, and you present it with danger, and you could just handle your business and protect y'all like you should. Hold on, Mr. Robber. Hold on, Mr. Attacker. Let me give my woman her purse back. Man. Y'all goofy as hell. You're being emasculated. Fellas, if your woman got to talk for you, you're being emasculated. Well, my woman ain't got to talk for me. What you mean? I mean, when in public and you're being addressed, talking to another man, or another man talking to you, and your woman butt in to speak, your woman is out of order. And she's disrespectful. You know the sad part? She probably don't even know it. That's the sad part. Ladies, if you do that, you're being disrespectful. And your man's scared to tell you that because he want peace. He don't want to argue with you. He wants some of that nookie. He don't want you to put him on restrictions when it comes to that nookie, right? So, ladies, if you're on the sound of my voice, stop doing your dude like that. Stop doing your man, your husband like that. It's disrespect. But he don't say nothing. He like it. No, he don't. He just a sucker and ain't gonna say nothing. If he listening to this right now, he's applauding what I'm saying and hoping you hear it and get a revelation. But brothers, I'm gonna have to tell you, grow some balls, man. Brothers, grow some balls. See, Jezebel is fueled by Ahab. They work hand in hand. So, fellas, what I'm saying is, if you don't be no Ahab, then you could put the Jezebel spirit to rest in your home. But I already knowing, you don't want to risk it because you don't want to lose that woman. I know what it is. Well, let me tell you something. Most of you are caught up in idolatry. And that's what got you thinking like that, because you really worship that woman rather than the Most High. And I can tell you right now, the Most High is not pleased with you. Some of y'all got marriage ministries, and you teaching this foolery. You breeding a whole generation of Jezebels and Ahabs. Yeah, I said it. Why? Because I see it all over the place. Fellas, you are being emasculated. And this is this Jezebel spirit that's on the loose. And if you receive what I'm telling you, you're going to be free today. If you can receive what I'm telling you, ladies, you're going to be free today. Because a lot of y'all don't know what you're doing. You've been taught. And you ain't been checked properly. And then, ladies, you got to learn how to receive correction too. When your man check you, don't buck up. Receive that correction. The Bible says, "Fool despise correction." Some of you women, you ladies, are fools because you despise correction from your husband, and then you call it controlling. You call him controlling. Yep. But your house out of order. And fellas, you worshiping that lady, that woman, rather than the Most High. And some of y'all go right in the pulpit with it. Listen. Ladies, you got to fight on your hand, because it's in your nature to conquer a man. Fellas, it's in that woman's nature to conquer you. You don't believe me? Let's go back to Genesis. Most High said, "Hey, everything in this garden is good for you eating. I put all this here for you, Adam. But that tree right there, that one, don't touch that one. The day you touch that one, you will surely die. Everything else, yours. Leave that one alone." Adam relayed those instructions to his woman. First chance his woman get, let a stranger in her ear. Ladies, the first thing you got to stop doing is stop listening to strangers. Right? She let a stranger in her ear to tell her opposite of what her husband had told her, which was instructions from the Most High. And what does she do? "Oh, baby, it's good. I've tasted it." Notice, fellas, didn't nothing happen when the woman ate and partook of the forbidden fruit. Nothing happened. Why? Because she wasn't given the command. She was to follow the man's instructions given by the Most High. You see that order? Do you see that order? Order was broken when she come to her husband and convinced him. I can imagine she probably was looking so sexy to Adam and talking in that sweet voice. You know how you do, ladies. And Adam just gave in. "Oh, what the hell? What, you know. Yeah, I know what the Most High said, but hey, my wife said it's good, and she let me." So bam, you know the story. He ate of the fruit, right? And all hell broke loose, literally. What am I saying? I told you, it's in a woman's nature to conquer man, right? Fellas, let me point this out. The Most High is holding you accountable as a man. You better learn to correct your woman and set order in your home. Ladies, learn to receive correction. Learn to receive correction. But here's what I mean by it's in a woman's nature to conquer a man. We see it with Eve. So ladies, you got to fight that part of you. Because in that moment, what happened was Eve became Adam's God. Yeah. Eve became Adam's God. He just threw away what the Most High told him to do and what not to do, and obeyed that woman over the Most High. It's called idolatry. Some of you men, you are idolatrous when it comes to your woman. You need to be free today. The woman got the man to obey her over the Most High. See what I mean? It was in her nature to conquer the man. And she did that. Like some of you are doing your husband right now. Some of you got that Jezebel spirit so bad, you probably hear this and start laughing about it. Because what I'm saying is true. And you know you got control over this dude. Woe unto you. But to the ones that really have the heart of the Father, pay attention to what I'm saying. And brothers, when the Most High showed up, you know how it went. Go back and read it. But he said, who told you? When he showed up, they tried to hide themselves. And they ate from the tree of knowledge of good and evil. They only knew good. And when the Most High showed up, they tried to hide themselves. Why are you trying to hide, Adam? Because I'm naked. Who told you that? Woo-doo-woo-doo-woo. So, notice one thing the Most High said to Adam. This is when the curses came up on the earth. From that man obeying that woman. Curses came up on the earth from a man obeying that woman. See, a lot of y'all ain't gonna like this. A lot of women ain't gonna like this. But it's what happened. Now, if you don't subscribe to the Bible, then I'm not talking to you. But I'm talking to those who you in church every Sunday. You say you love the Most High. You know, you say you love the Word. I'm talking to y'all. Right? First thing he said was, Adam, because you listened to that woman, cursed is the ground you walk on. From this day forward, you will eat by the sweat of your brow. So, get your house in order. Men, stop letting these women emasculate you. Stop. Yeah, I know you love her, brother. You're supposed to, as you should. Love your woman. That don't mean bow to her and make her an idol. That's not what loving her means. Loving her means sometimes correcting her. If you can't correct, and some of y'all can't even correct the woman. She's so possessed with this Jezebel spirit, with this demonic spirit. Some of y'all are so emasculated. I see you. This is why I'm speaking on it. I see it daily. I done told you. Because I'm out. I'm out in the public. I'm selling merch. T-shirts, hats, you know. Tap in with me, get you one. Product of grace, you feel me? But I'm out in the public a lot. Selling merch. And every time I approach a couple, I always address the man out of respect. I'm not finna approach a couple talking to the woman. It's disrespectful for me to do that. What do I see 90% of the time? And I haven't collected the data on it and got this official number, but I'm guesstimating, and I'm not exaggerating. Probably 90% of the time when I approach a couple while I'm selling my merch, I'm gonna address the man, because I ain't got no business talking to his woman. It's disrespect. I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna respect him. I'm gonna respect her. The problem I see 90% of the time, the women don't respect that man. A lot of times when I approach couples and I ask the man, and I'm making contact with the man, the woman, oh no, we're good. The man, he'll just look like a goofy, won't say nothing. Sometimes they'll just drop their head. They be embarrassing these guys, man. And some of you dudes, you know what I'm talking about. You're being emasculated. Just the other day, I approached a couple as I'm promoting, and I'm talking to the dude. He talking, he stopped. He was checking out the brand and whatnot, and his woman scolded him like he was a little child. Bring your come on, yap. And he just walked off like a sad little puppy. And I was like, dang. And I said it where you could hear it, because I felt sorry for him. But at the same time, it's like, what did I say? Jezebel need Ahab. Jezebel need an Ahab. Y'all got to stop being Ahabs, fellas. Some of y'all know what I'm talking about. Jezebel, some of y'all just heard the name. There's a story in the Bible about a king named Ahab. His wife was the queen named Jezebel. He bowed to his wife. He let his wife run the show. He was in error with the Most High. I'm trying to tell y'all, the Most High is not pleased with that type of, he not pleased with that. But men, you are held more accountable than the woman. I just told you with the description, with the example in Genesis. Nothing happened when the woman ate of the fruit. It was when Adam took a bite of the fruit. What am I saying? Men, you better stop being simps, suckers, and pushovers. Some of these women, you just gonna have to check them. Why do I say this? Because some of them don't know what they do. For instance, you take a woman who, she got 2 siblings and they're brothers, right? If you take a woman that grew up with 2 siblings and her siblings are males and she was the oldest, 9 times out of 10, if they grew up in the same household together, she grew up bossing her brothers. She grew up bossing her brothers. So, for that type of woman, when she reached adulthood and she haven't understood, back to the role, if she haven't understood her role role as a woman, especially when it comes to a relationship, she will carry that same mentality and characteristics into her relationship or marriage. And she will boss you until you don't let her. Fellas, you're going to have to be okay with a woman getting mad for you correcting her, putting her in check, whatever you want to call it. You're going to have to be okay with that woman being upset. Me personally, I'd rather that woman be upset with me a few minutes, or an hour or two, or a day, however long she want to be upset. I'd rather her be upset with me however long than the Most High to be upset with me because I'm bowing to her and not him. Love your woman, because I don't want y'all to misconstrue what I'm saying, especially women. You can say something and women will get a whole different the opposite interpretation of what you're saying. Ladies, I'm not telling men to not love and adore you, because that's the reason why, this is happening and going unchecked, because men, we love our woman. We adore that woman that we say we locking it. We love you. We adore you. Is this stuff we gonna let slide? Just like it's stuff y'all will let slide too, But you got to put order in your home. Most High, the man, the woman, the children. It's a lot more that I could touch on with this, but I'm a bring it to an end. I might do a part 2. But fellas, y'all being emasculated. And as men, if you got young men, if you got sons and daughters, we can't allow this next generation to look at that and think it's okay. We can't. So I'm challenging the men to man up, lead your home, lead your household. Some men sacrifice their whole life working to take care of their family and don't even have a say. Don't even have a say in their own home. That's got to be one of the most miserable ways to live. That's got to be one of the most miserable ways to live, is to sacrifice your everything to take care of your family and not even have a say-so in your home. Fellas, look, stop being a sucker, man. For real. Some of y'all, the church done taught you to be that way. And I'm going to tell you right now, the church done taught you wrong. The Most High ain't taught you to be that way. The church have. And if you know like I know, the church is out of order. Yeah. But that's all I'm going to touch on for right now with this. You're being emasculated, brother. And I hope you get delivered. Shalom.